Hello class, welcome to our lesson today about subtracting integers. This is our second day dealing with subtraction. So hopefully some things will make a little bit more sense today if you were confused from the last lesson. And if not, hopefully we're able to reinforce some ideas from that first day to help with subtracting integers. The first thing that I'd like you to do here is to pause the video after listening to this part and try these 6 questions. Remember to think about keep, change, change, changing things to add the opposite. You need to kind of work on that idea as you're going through. Please make sure that you try all 6 of these questions out. And if you have questions about any of them, make sure you ask about them because these 6 really show if you understand the basic ideas about subtracting integers. And here are the 6 answers. I'm not going to go through each thing individually, but things to keep track of. This minus a negative would become plus a positive with keep, change, change. So this one here is really negative 5 plus 6, which is going to be a positive 1 in that case. This bottom right one, negative 7 minus 10, would be negative 7, keep, change minus to plus, make this negative 10, and you're really adding up 2 negatives and make negative 17. If you have questions about any of these 6 versions of subtracting integers, make sure you ask about them or figure out a way or a strategy. My suggestion is going to be make it add the opposite. Okay, I know there's some shortcuts that you could find, but if you're not good at this, you should do add the opposite. I think that's really going to help you. Okay, the other thing that you're going to have to deal with as you move through this chapter is dealing with more than 2 numbers. So we did something similar with addition. So anytime I look at these questions, keep, change, change will still work. The keep is always just the first term. So notice keep, change, change would make this plus 5. I don't want to change plus 10, it's just plus 10. This question is really easy because it's actually just addition of a bunch of numbers. Notice how I'm showing my work with equal signs and showing one step and writing the rest, showing the next step, adding the rest. You need to get into that habit. I know I'm not checking every single detail of all of your work, but your work should look similar to this. Obviously, you could write more horizontal if you want versus vertical, but you need to start showing your work in that manner. In the second one, what you'll notice is I changed this minus 15 to plus negative 15. And the reason that I do that is because then I can add things in whatever order I choose. So I choose, kind of like banking questions, to add the positives up together and add the negatives up together, then do one subtraction. Obviously, you can go left to right, so 8 plus negative 15. 15 minus 8 would be 7, but it's negative because the bigger number is negative. And then after you find that number, then you would add 2 to it. And when you're looking at that situation, that would be a negative 5 as well. So when you're looking at these numbers, okay, you can choose kind of what you want once you make it addition. That's the key of keep, change, change. Okay, is if you make everything addition, the commutative property and the associative properties will be able to apply. So my suggestion is still to do that same idea. I know many of you are going to want to fight me kind of on that, but I think really early on it will really help you be successful for these questions. Here's 2 more. Notice here I keep the negative 5, change, change to make minus a negative into plus 8 and then plus 3. I just choose to add the positives first because the associative property says I can do that and then subtract them out. Okay, it works well here because of the associative properties and commutative properties again. Second one, notice this has keep, change, change, so plus negative 18. And then I can change, change. So I can keep doing, anytime I see minus something, I can change, 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 change. So it's not just keep the first, then change, change, then keep, change, change. Okay, the keep is there to show the first number can't switch. Okay, the rest of them can, though, if you make it add the opposite. You'll notice here I add the 2 negatives first and then add the positive and the negative together to get this negative 12. I think that's the route you probably want to take to be most successful in this situation. Other questions might just be plug in and solve. Notice when I plug these numbers in, so this is 8 minus y, I am showing the step of 8 minus, then plug the number in. You need to show what number you're substituting in order to be successful here. I don't just want to see 17. That doesn't help me at all. So 8 minus, plug it in. That's my expectation, is that you're going to show this step, and then everything should be the same. Keep, change, change. The answer is 17. Notice here I plugged in x is 5, minus, plug in negative 9, then minus 10. I do keep, change, change on the whole line, and then combine it together to find the answer. But the first step, I want you to get used to plugging that number and substituting it. Okay, that idea is going to be important as you get to your algebra classes. So let's work on that now and make sure you're plugging numbers in correctly. Here's two more that deal with the same x and y values. You'll notice here it's absolute value of y minus 2. Remember, absolute value is distance from zeros, so negative 9's absolute value is 9, and then minus 2 would just be 7. That one's actually pretty easy to find. The next one, negative 6 minus x plus y. Notice here I keep negative 6, change to make it plus negative 5, and then plus negative 9. I don't change plus negative 9 because it's already addition. That's the way I want it so I can use my properties. And then this is just all a bunch of negatives. So you just add them all up and you get 20 and make it negative because it was negative to start with. Okay, so you've got the second part of the lesson today. A lot of odd questions, some evens in this first part, 1 through 7. And then don't forget to read the directions on question 42. That question should take a decent amount of time. And don't forget to check the odd answers in the back of the book. Have a good day, everybody.